I'm going to discuss a topic related to computer network, that is switching technique. Now, what are switching techniques? For the transmission of data beyond local area network, for transmitting the data from sender to receiver or from either endpoint, we usually prefer switching techniques. That is this kind of communication is carried out through intermediate nodes that is there in the network that is used to transfer the data from source to destination. Like PC1 wants to send the data to PC3. So it will use the intermediate nodes like 3, 4, 5. These are the intermediate nodes which are also called as switching nodes that are used to send the data, that is used to forward the data from PC1 to PC3. This kind of technique is called as switching technique. Usually we have three methods or three techniques under switching techniques. The first one is circuit switching. The second one is message switching. And the last one is the packet switching. Under packet switching, we have two approaches: data tram approach and virtual circuit approach. Under virtual circuit approach, again we have two type of methods, that is switched virtual circuit approach and permanent virtual circuit approach. So these are the three methods, these are the three techniques under switching technique. So I'll explain these techniques one by one to you. The first one is the circuit switching. In circuit switching, basically a dedicated circuit is established between the two endpoints basically whenever a sender wants to communicate, wants to send the data to receiver, a dedicated path is established between sender to receiver. Like the dedicated circuit is established between the two endpoints. So in switching, this kind of switching technique, we usually have three phases. The first one is circuit establishment. The second phase is data forwarding, and the third phase is circuit termination. In the first phase, the circuit establishment, whenever a sender or whenever any PC that is there in the switching network wants to send the data, a circuit is established, that is a dedicated path that is used by the two authorized users only to send the data from source to destination or from either side, like from destination to source. Then once the circuit is established, the data forward phase is there. Under this data forward method or phase, the data that is needed to be sent by the sender, it's transmitted on that dedicated circuit. And after a couple of minutes or after a couple of time, when this circuit is terminated by any one of the endpoint which dedicates that no other data can be forwarded on this particular circuit. So in circuit switching, we have three phases: the circuit establishment, the data forwarding, and then the circuit termination. And this kind of circuit switching is very easy and efficient for those users that needs to send a data that is used for secure communication. But here you can see that no delay is there because no intermediate node is there, so no such delay is there at any intermediate node which is there with other method, which is usually a big disadvantage with other methods. But here no such delay is there. The data rate that is fixed in circuit switching because the rate at which the sender is transmitting the data, at the same rate the data is received by the receiver. So this is circuit switching. But in this technique, the propagation delay is there. What is known as propagation delay? That before establishing any kind of circuit, the delay is there in deciding or in creating or establishing a circuit from sender side to receiver side, or from between two and
I hope circuit switching is clear to you all. Now I'm explaining the message switching. Under this technique, whenever some node has some data to transmit, all the data that is related to that particular node is first stored under some switching office, that is the first switching office related to that node, and all the data that is related to the node is first stored and then it is forwarded later on once all the data is collected, and all that data is first inspected for the error free data. That is why this technique is also called as store and forward technique. Under this technique, no propagation delay is there because no prior circuit establishment is there between the two nodes. But yeah, intermediate nodes, the delay at all the intermediate nodes is there. So some delay is there with message switching, but propagation delay is not there. This technique is useful for data communication, but not for voice communication. Usually for voice communication, we prefer circuit switching, because in circuit switching, the data rate is fixed, like whenever the rate at which the sender is sending the data, the same rate for the data is received by the receiver. So the data rate is good in the case of circuit switching. That is why we prefer circuit switching for voice communication, but not for data communication. But in message switching, we prefer data communication transfer. Okay, now I am explaining the last technique, that is packet switching. I hope this is clear to you. Under packet switching technique, we have two approaches, that is datagram approach and virtual circuit approach. Again, under virtual circuit approach, we have two methods, that is switched virtual circuit and packet permanent virtual circuit. Now, what is packet switching? Whenever the transmission is big, for longer transmissions of data over the network, we usually prefer packet switching, because under this technique, we consider the message in the form of fixed variable length bits called as packets. I'll show you in the diagram. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, so let's like this PC1 wants to communicate with PC2, and the data is very big in the form of under the switching technique, the packet is very big. So what we usually do is that message is transmitted in the form of fixed variable length bits, that is called as packets. Okay, and these packets are considered independently while transmitting over the network. In packet switching, the packet basically has two fields, that is the header part, okay, and the data part. Now, what is data part? Data part contains all the information related to the message, and header part contains the control information related to the message. Now, what is control information? The control information is the information which usually tells all the nodes over the network that this particular packet belongs to this node or not. Okay, so control information tells the particular receiver that the message that is transmitted over the network belongs to this particular PC. Okay, so this is header part and the data part. This is packet switching. And these packets, as I have already explained you, that these are considered as independent packets. So it can follow any of the route to reach the destination. But here again we have two approaches, datagram approach and virtual circuit approach. What is datagram approach? In datagram approach, the relationship between all the packets belonging to the same message is not preserved. We usually don't have any relationship between the packets that belongs to the same message. So it can follow any of the route, that hardly matters. But when we talk about the virtual circuit approach, the relationship between all the packets that belongs to the same node is preserved. So they usually prefer to follow the same path to reach the destination. Like I'll explain you. I hope it is clear to you all. Like the sender has some data to transmit. Okay, so again in virtual circuit approach we have two different methods, that is switched virtual circuit and permanent virtual circuit. In switched virtual circuit, what is there is a switched dedicated path is established before the connection starts, okay? And once that connection is established between the two endpoints, once the connection is established between the two endpoints, the data that belongs to this particular network is transmitted. And once the data is transmitted, then what we do is that network is switched to some other intermediate node. So that same link that is used to carry the data from PC1 to PC2 can be utilized later on, or can be switched later on to carry the data that belongs to PC1 and PC3. This is called as switched virtual circuit. And in permanent virtual circuit, the path is dedicated to both the endpoints for the whole communication, for whole termination. Till the connection is terminated, that circuit is not switched to any other node. That circuit is dedicated to the two endpoints, okay? So these are the different techniques that we usually prefer over the network to carry the data from sender to receiver. And these are the intermediate nodes, these are the switching nodes, these are the endpoints, and we have three techniques. And based upon the kind of requirement of the communication, we prefer one of the three techniques. I hope it is clear to you, and if it is actually clear to you, please like and subscribe RPIIT channel. Thank you.